Hello all, I hope everyone is well. Today I am back with a very interesting sequel video. This is like a parent-child relationship. This problem is quite interesting, so I thought of sharing with you all. So if anyone wants to try, I will give the script to the description box. If you want to give it a try, please post your solution in the comment section. So let's just try to understand what we need to achieve. Then we will jump into the solution. Okay. So here we have been given a table which is nothing but all names. So the column name is all names and we have some records. So how you need to read that is like we have parent 1, then child 1, child 2, child 3, then parent 2, parent 3, child 4, child 5, child 6, and parent 7, child 7, and child 8. So if you look, how you need to read this is parent 1 has 3 childs, child 1, child 2, child 3. So this will be in the output like parent 1 and child 1, parent 2 and child 2, and parent 1 and child 3. Okay, so parent 1 and child 1, parent 1 and child 2, and parent 1 and child 3. If you look at the next set, so this is one group basically. Now if you see this also, parent 2 and parent 3 has, three children, right? Parent 2 and parent 3 has three children. Like how it would be how it would be in the output like parent 2 child 4, parent 2 child 5, and parent 2 child 6, because parent 2 has three children and parent 3 also has three children, correct? Again, it starts with parent 7. So parent 7 has two children, child 7 and child 8. So in that way you need to break that records and you need to kind of generate this parent child relationship. Okay, so how we are going to solve it, this is kind of tricky that I feel. If you have a better solution than me, just post the solution. Okay, so let's just jump into the solution how we are going to solve it. Okay, so now if you look at that, so I have created the table. Okay, I have created the table, so this has all the data. So what I'm going to do here is, so let's think about it. Okay, so I will try to generate a row number first. Okay, so it will be like starting from 1 to 12. Okay, because we have 12 records, right? So how are we going to do this? And I'm just I'm going to put that into a CTE because I'm going to use it multiple times. Okay, so that's why I'm just creating a CTE called row num as, and I'm just creating the row number as it is. Okay, so select all names, right, comma row number over order by, okay, select one. Why I'm taking select one? Because we don't have any order by clause. We all know that whenever we are going to use a row number, we need to put some kind of order by clause because we don't have any right here, and we need that row number as it is. So I'm just using select one. It will basically create the row number for you starting from one and how many records we have. It will go till how many records we have. Okay, so as I'm giving sequence from TBL, okay, and so this has been created. So if you want to verify it, just try to verify. Select star from row num. Okay, so I hope this is pretty simple. So if you run this, you will get all the sequence because we are going to use the sequence multiple times. So I have created and put it into a city. Okay, now, okay, so now remove this. So we have got the sequence. Now what we are going to achieve, so think about in a minute that for each and every child, okay, so let's talk about this, right? Child 4. So if I try to join this table with the same table and try to do some kind of like, if I join this record with all the other records before this, like what I'm going to say is, let's say for child 4 we have 7, right? What I'm going to do is this record will be joined with all the previous records of this particular record. So if we are on the 7th record, we will join 7th record with all the previous records. Similarly for child 5, similarly for child 6, etc. So we are going to do this thing only for the child, not for the parent. So our intention is to find the parent. Okay, so for all the child, we will just try to join the same table one again and again, and try to do some kind of, like, if we are on the seventh record, then we are going to join this record with all the previous record. Okay, for all the childs that we are going to do. So is it correct? Okay, so I hope this makes sense. So for, I'm just explaining it once again. So what I'm going to do is, for all the child, what we are going to do for that particular record, we are going to join this record. Like if we are on the eighth record, let's say, so we will join this record with all the previous record we have till that point. Okay, so that is our intention. So for that what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is select, let's create a subquery. I'll let me write it, then I'll explain. So let me create a subquery here. So let's say select, let's create a query first. Select all names, okay, because we have the all names in the table, and we have the sequence, right, from row num, okay, from row num, where where so we are only going to do it for the child, not for the parent rows, right? Like we are not going to do it for the first row, or like for the fifth row or the sixth row. We are only going to do it for the rows where all names equals to child, all names in child, right? For that we have a I have used a function called pat index. I think you know how pat index works. Pat index is nothing but pattern index. So you need to search the pattern. So which rows we need, like for the child only, we need to do this kind of calculation for the child rows, not for the parent rows, right? So for that, so what I'm going to do is, there is a the how the function is actually how the function works is, basically you need to give the pattern, which pattern you want to search. So we need to search child only, right? Because we are only going to do it for the child. Child, comma, all names, right, equals to 1. So if so what it will do, it will just filter out those records, like where there is child. I mean, it will just filter out from this table where there is a child available, right? Okay, understood. So now this make so if you run this, how it will be like, see, it will only filter out the child rows, not the parent rows, right? But this is not our intention. So our intention is to join this, record, this table with the row num table, right? That's what we discussed. So make this as you know uh, subquery and as a, so I'm just writing it the code for you once again. I mean, I'm just writing the code for you, then I will explain it how it works. So inner join with a row number. That's what we discussed, right? So we will create that table where all names equals to child, and we are going to join with the main table that what we have created here, right? So as b, okay. Now think what we told, right? So if you let me just run it once again for you, so you'll be able to know what we told, that we are going to join this row, right? So if we are on the seventh row, so we will join, like for this record, we are going to join it with all the previous rows we have, correct? So we need to make a condition here, right? So what condition? The condition would be, um, think about it like, on a dot, like here the sequence a dot sequence, okay, a dot sequence must be greater than equals to b dot sequence. Okay, what does it mean? I'll come to that point in a moment. So let me filter out, let me take this columns what we need. So we need is, you know a dot all names, okay, comma b dot all names, okay, comma a dot let's take b dot sequence, comma a dot sequence. Okay, so we have taken this you know thing. So now, so if we run this, in a moment, right? So there are a lot of rows. I mean it is very difficult to understand for that. So we don't need this kind of records. If you see, so we have selected the a dot all names, b dot all names, and b dot sequence and a dot sequence. Think about that. So we don't need this kind of rows, right? We only need the child parent relationship, right? So we don't child child relationship, right? That is not what we want. For that reason, we need to remove these rows. For removing these rows, what I have used is basically so so where both of them are child, right? So you can do it multiple ways, but what I have taken is I have used pad index, you know, and the similar thing that what I have done previously. So let me write it. So child a dot all limbs not equals to pet index b dot all limbs. Now, what does it mean? What does it mean? So if you think this, so if it is child, if the value is child, right? If the value is child, this will produce one, correct? Because this pattern is matching, right, for the child. So for this particular row, this function will actually give you one, right? And this function for b dot all limbs that will also produce one. So we only need so the condition is one not equals to one. So I can exclude these rows, right? I can exclude where the child equals to child. So I can exclude those rows. So if I run this, so we only will be so we will be getting only the rows where the child parent relationships are there. Correct? Okay. So we will be getting only those values where the child parent relationships are there. Okay. This is I think this is clear till that point. Now, if you see, so parent one, what I have told, parent one has three children, child one, child two, and child three. So if you see that parent one has three children, it is actually coming. That is what we are going to achieve, right? Parent two has, parent two has child four, child five, child six. So if you see parent two, okay, parent two, parent three, parent one. So there are lots of records that we are getting, right? Parent two has parent two has child four, child five, child six, right? So those things that we need, right? So for that reason, what we are going to do here is just bear with me. I can explain everything for you. So for that reason, we are going to create a row number. Okay. Again, we are going to create a row number based on b dot all names. Let me write the code for you. That would be easier for you to understand. Follow. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm just creating a row number. Just bear with me. Row number over partition by, let me write partition by b dot all names, okay, order by a dot all names. So I'm just giving this name as sc, okay. So now if I run this, just see this. So if I run this, if you see, we are getting a lot of record for parent one, right? Parent one, we are getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? Till that point we are getting, right? But what is our data? I mean, what the data is telling? Data is telling that the parent one has only three children, child one, child two, and child three. So this thing is correct, right? These three records are fine. But this is not actually what we need. Again, if you look at for parent two, if you look at for parent two, we need child four, child five, child six. So this three we need, but we don't need seven, eight, right? We don't need seven, eight. Even for parent three, also we need child four, child five, child six, right? So parent three, we need child four, child five, and child six, not seven, eight, right? So, so what I'm going to do is, so create, so just do one more thing. So you have a sequence, right? So just change the name for as of now. So all names, just change it to all names A. What I'm doing is you'll be able to understand all names A, B dot all names as all names B, okay, and B dot sequence, put it as B sequence, and a dot sequence as a sequence, because I'm going to put this entire thing into a CTE, okay, again into a CTE. So if you don't change the names, that will cause an error. Basically the CTE will not run. So I'm just changing the name as, like, if you can put this into a CTE, so they don't cause an error. That's why I'm changing the names, okay. So we got the row number, right? We got the row number. So what I'm gonna do is, so we have, so now if we run this, basically, right? So we got B sequence, A sequence, and everything we got, right? Okay, so we got this. Now, what I'm going to do is just, subtract this, basically, like subtract this A sequence, like from A sequence, you can subtract AC. Okay, so what I'm going to do is A dot sequence, follow this, from this row, I'm subtracting this row. Okay, so A dot sequence minus this row number. Okay, so what it will produce, just see that. So just give a name as, diff. Okay, so now run this. So if you run this, what I'm going to go is, so what I'm going to get is, see the difference is 1. So why I have subtracted it? I have subtracted it just to get the difference here. So if you see for parent 1, I'm getting a difference 1 wherever I need, right? So this 3 is the data, right? If you look at this, child 1 has, parent 1 has child 1, child 2, and child 3. So these 3 records that we need, right? These 3 records that we need. Now, if you come down for parent 2, we need child 4, child 5, child 6. So if you see for parent 2, we need child 4, child 5, and child 6, right? Even for parent 3, if you see parent 3, we need child 4, child 5, and child 6, correct? Even for child, parent 7, we need child 7 and child 8. So parent 7, we need child 7 and child 8, correct? So what I'm gonna go is, I'm just going to put this into a next CTE. Okay, so why I have created the difference, you will be able to understand in a minute. Okay, put this into a CTE. So I have put the entire select clause into a CTE. Okay, now next thing is, for each and every B sequence group, get the minimum of difference. Okay, so what I'm saying is, basically, select B sequence. Let me write this. So what are the rows I need? So we need difference. So if you see, for each and every B sequence, if we take the minimum sequence, those records will be my output. If you see, for this five, if we take this 3, just for those 5, if we take this 3 will be in the output, correct? So what I'm gonna do is, basically, what I'm gonna do is B sequence and minimum of difference, correct? As min diff from next CTE, correct? Next CTE, group by B sequence. So what it will produce? It will give you for each and every group, what is the minimum difference? Okay, for each and every group, what is the minimum difference? Correct? You got my point? For each and every group, what is the minimum difference? Now, so if you run this, so I'm not going to run it, so you will be getting this, right? So now make this as a subquery, right? And join this with same city, right? On the condition would be, so we have a sequence here, B dot sequence, and we have a min diff. So on A dot sequence, not A dot sequence, A dot B sequence equals to B dot B sequence. Let me write, I will explain it to you. And what do we need? Because we got the min difference. So if we run this portion on the next this city data, what it will produce? It will produce 1 1 5 6, right? Then 6 6, something like that, right? This is something which is going to get produced, right? So I'm joining with A dot B sequence equal to B dot B sequence, correct? And what I'm saying, A dot min diff, right, equals to b dot diff. So, from this query, will be getting 1, 1, b sequence 1 and difference 1, right? So even if we join this thing, basically, what we'll get? So we'll be getting only these three records, not these records, correct? So now what we need to select what the column we need, that is b dot all names a, correct, comma b dot all names b, right? Okay, from this. Okay, now the query is complete. So I can explain it once again. So when we did when we found out the minimum value from this city, right, from this city, when we found out the minimum value, so basically it will give you 1, 1. For this set of values it will give you 1, correct? For this set of values it will give you 6. For this set of this set of values it will give you 6. For this set of values it will give you this, right? So we'll be getting that. Now what I have done, so that is the output from this query, and that output I'm going to join it with the next city, I mean this value only, so this table only I'm going to join it this same table only. So from this table what we'll be getting, so 1, 1, so we have got b sequence and min diff. So what I'm going to do, a dot b sequence equal to b dot b sequence, so this three will be get joined. So all this will be joined, but again I'm saying a dot min diff equals to b dot diff. So min diff is 1, right, and b dot diff is also 1, so this 3 will be produced, right? So if I run this, right, so again similarly, like we'll be getting 5 and 6. So if we join like this, so we'll be getting only these 3 records, correct? So now if I run this, we'll be getting child 1 parent 1, child 2 parent 2, right? So just rename this something like, put like this is as child and this as parent. Okay, so now if I run this, you'll be getting child parent relationship. So this is something that we want, right? If you look at very carefully, that so parent 1 has child 1, child 2, child 3, correct? And parent 2 has child 4, child 5, child 6, right? And parent 3 has child 4, child 5, child 6. Parent 7 has child 7 and child 8. So this is the data that we need, because that's what we actually tried to find out. Okay, so I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And I think this is kind of tricky. I think there are various solutions on like questions like this. So if you have a better solution, if you know how to solve it, just let me know in the comment section. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, thank you, bye.